Winston Churchill's leadership. The night was thick with smoke and fear. London burned, and yet, inside a modest underground room, a man stood taller than the bombs falling above. Winston Churchill, short, stout, cigar clenched between his fingers, stared at a map scarred with red pins. Each pin marked a loss. Each loss carried a name, a family, a street now in ruins. This was not the Britain he had imagined leading, but it was the Britain he refused to abandon. When Churchill became Prime Minister in 1940, many doubted him. He was too blunt, too stubborn, too fond of stirring speeches when others preferred quiet diplomacy. Europe was collapsing under Hitler's advance. France had fallen. The British Army had barely escaped Dunkirk. Peace talks whispered through Parliament like a tempting lie. But Churchill did not believe in comforting lies. He believed in truth, hard, bitter, and necessary. Standing before the House of Commons, he offered no false hope, no easy victory, only resolve. I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat. It was not a speech meant to soothe. It was meant to awaken. Churchill understood something many leaders forget in times of crisis. People can endure almost anything if they are trusted with the truth and inspired with purpose. He did not hide the danger, he named it, and by naming it, he robbed it of its power. As the Blitz rained fire upon British cities, Churchill walked among the rubble. He spoke to factory workers, soldiers, widows, and children clutching gas masks. He did not promise them safety. He promised them meaning. Their suffering, he said, was not in vain. It was the price of freedom. Behind closed doors, the weight was crushing. Allies were few. Resources were thin. Every decision carried the cost of lives. Yet Churchill refused to surrender Britain's spirit. When urged to negotiate with Hitler, he slammed his fist on the table and declared that Britain would fight on the beaches, the streets, and the hills, never giving in. Those words traveled farther than bombs. They crossed oceans. They reached a listening America, helping shape the alliance that would later turn the tide of the war. Churchill's leadership was not just about strategy, it was about storytelling, about framing the struggle as a moral battle between tyranny and liberty. He made Britain believe it was not merely surviving history, but shaping it. Years later, victory came. The war ended. The crowds cheered. And in a twist only history could write, the people voted Churchill out of office shortly after peace returned. Yet his legacy was already sealed. Winston Churchill did not lead by promising comfort. He led by demanding courage. He did not escape the storm. He taught a nation how to stand inside it. And long after the smoke cleared, the echo of his leadership remained, a reminder that in humanity's darkest hours, words, will, and unwavering resolve can still light the way.